We've got a treat for you on Classic next. It's a brand spanking new episode of our show, Cheap Seats, from our 4th season. Tonight, we take you to the quite believable world of unbelievable sports. Watch as we show you adult men treating broom ball like it's the most important thing in their lives. Actually, that's the theme of the whole show. Grown men who take their riding in soapbox derby cars, reenacting medieval battles, hacky sack, and broom ball more seriously than they take their own families. And that's why it's unbelievable. Unbelievable Sports is on Cheap Seats, and it's on ESPN Classic, and it's next.
Cheap Seats! Listen to this rocking song. It's 27 seconds long. This is our new Cheap Seats theme. In Season 4, we have a dream to teach the children how to laugh with the help of our great staff. Going farther than Ron Parker. Comedy was never darker. This ain't no time to be a slouch. Join the boys here on the couch. They'll take you on a nasty ride. Deep in the vaults of U.S. pride. Cheap Seats! Doing it! USA! America!
Hey everybody, welcome to Cheap Seats. You give us half an hour, we'll give you the world. Although the show's really only 23 minutes long, not counting the credits and the graphics. It's actually only about 20 minutes. Yeah, in that case, we're not gonna be able to give you the world. It was kind of a lofty promise anyway. What we can give you, though, is our take on an episode of Unbelievable Sports, which in terms of giving you the world is the equivalent of giving you Nicaragua. Managua, get up and get ready, because here's what to look for.
Here's what to look for. Here's what to look for.
Pay attention to the complete misnomer that is Unbelievable Sports. The 4 sports they show are actually all incredibly believable, and they all have one thing in common, an unbelievable tool of a host. Also, keep an eye on said host's facial hair continuity or complete lack thereof. I don't want to say this show was filmed out of order over a long period of time, but Dan Moriarty's goatee undergoes more changes than the Cheap Seats time slot. Are we even on anymore? I don't know, but in case we are, let's get to the unbelievability.
At Unbelievable Sports, we're proud to bring you the coolest sports in America.
And I've got the sloppy slacker wardrobe to prove it.
Debut a brand new one. Now, you've all seen soapbox derby racers going down hills the size of this monster.
No, we haven't.
Relax, and watch the brand new high-speed
Dan,
version.
we got a car coming. You want to wrap it up?
One.
Hey, it's the Million Hick March.
Derby Day in Dayton, Ohio.
Look out, Hitler stash!
Soapbox derby became one of the first ways a regular kid could get a real taste for racing.
Unlike the irregular kids who raced all the time back then.
Course of the opening day.
Yeah!
He's top of the line and
hey, it's my bed from growing up. From growing up? Shut up.
Purely a big kid's toy.
Then why are they dressed like Power Rangers?
With hair trigger steering and top speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour.
There are carbon-based life forms and there's adrenaline-based life forms.
Me, I'm a Klingon. Freeze it. Does he have an action figure of himself posing with him? That's not an action figure. It's a gravity Formula One wood gnome, guarding the forest and keeping it safe from dudes like him.
Like sticking your head out.
Take those old records off the shelf.
Gravity racing is a simple proposition, really. First one to the bottom of the hill wins.
What? That makes no sense.
Builder Roger Hickey points out,
Hickey leaving his mark on the sport.
easier said than done.
The thing about gravity racing is the driver has all the...
Is it me, or does Gary from 30-something need to go back on the Accutane?
the most money to buy, all the trick items.
Yeah, trick items, like an engine. Is this the video that plays when someone chooses a ZZ Top song at a karaoke bar?
Into South America. And then what he wanted
Shades
to do
necessary.
was the show wanted to drive the car.
Idiot.
I told him that, when he starts, that he has to go very slow. So
Or
that he
slowly.
gets used to the steering and the braking. And what happened was he pushed the handle the wrong way, and the car went into the side of the mountain and just virtually exploded.
Oh, so by virtual explosion, you mean he rolled the car. Low angle, still looks small.
Roger and his teammates have spent the
Tapered
past few years
jeans.
preparing for the
Unbelievable.
largest downhill competition of the year, here in San Dimas, California.
San Dimas, excellent! Wild Stallions!
And through the stands reveals that Roger is...
Hickey chicks pushing back the women's movement.
As expected, Roger cruises into the finals, where he will face teammate Dwight Garland, as
Wait,
well as Al
they have
Shai
teams for
and
this?
Rob Huff.
I want to be on the Hickey chicks.
Running fast all day, but even he realizes that the final heat will most likely be a battle for second place.
Way to undersell it, Moriarty.
But I'll be right up behind him.
I'm definitely gonna lose, but only by a small margin.
As the final four wait for the last race of the day, each man must mentally prepare.
For this?
Where gravity rules, precision is the name of the game.
I thought gravity was the name of the game. I thought speed was the name of the game.
And the guy that makes the least amount of mistakes wins every single time.
Wait, I thought the first one down the hill wins. Go. Wait, my car won't start.
Battle for perfection. As the drivers enter the first turn,
The Hickey Chicks fall asleep.
followed by Dwight, Bob, and Al at the rear of the
Shaking the camera doesn't make them look like they're going any faster.
easily evaporate if he makes even one mistake. Tighten Dwight's draft.
Freeze it. Fans or random people trying to cross the road?
Bob is looking for the right opportunity to slingshot by for the pass.
Although he should be thinking about how he's going to put his kids through college on a soapbox or salary.
Lead. Bob must attempt to pass now, or it will be too late.
Just like it's too late for him to save his relationship with the girlfriend who left him because he, quote, loves that damn car more than you love me, end quote.
Wildly. On this day, at least, Roger Hickey remains on top.
Of the Hickey Chicks. Thanks.
I don't know how they finished behind me, but it didn't matter.
Gravity.
As long as they finished behind me.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Hickey Chicks for a second. Gotta say, I'm still shocked at what the Hickey Chicks said about President Bush during wartime. Me too, but what I wanna talk about is the dude hanging out with the chicks. The jeans and no shirt look just makes no sense at all. If it's so hot that you don't need a shirt, how about throwing on some shorts? And I'll bet you anything, he went out to the concession stand and did a set of 30 push-ups right before he sat down. More unbelievableness after this, and I'll bet you they were concentration push-ups. Oh, that is so him. He put the diamond down and started to just work those tries. Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats, where we're watching an episode of Unbelievable Sports, a show featuring things that are neither unbelievable nor sports. Case in point, this next segment, which is all about footbag. Now, footbag actually sounds like it could be interesting if it weren't just a fancy name for hacky sack. I do have to say, though, that I much prefer the word footbag to hacky sack. In fact, I think footbag is the perfect curse word replacement for the real F word. I mean, here on Cheap Seats, we're not allowed to say but we can say mother footbagger or what the footbag. Get the footbag off my footbagging property. You don't own property. Hey, footbag you footbagging footbagger. Okay, then maybe you do own some property. Footbagging ain't right, I do. All right, let's just get back to the unbelievable sports. Footbag it, let's do it.
Footbag is a game so easy, anyone can play.
Way to belittle the sport.
Even me.
Way to belittle yourself.
Special to kick their way to the top at the World Footbag Championships.
Trucking.
The game of footbag first
Short charts.
in the 70s, along with flower power and lava lamps.
And stepping on babies' heads.
Gone, but footbag is still here, and it's not a fad anymore.
Yep, it's gone from fad to forgotten. Is this footage from Moriarty's bachelor party?
Founding father of footbag. He invented the sport.
At least that's what it says on his business cards.
In Oregon City, Oregon, and Mike was kicking a little beanbag. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was a beanbag. And
It still is.
obtained a patent on it, and
So you stole Mike's idea.
Montreal is the host city for this year's World Footbag Championships
Is this part of the Montreal Comedy Festival? It should be.
and Footbag Net. Most people are familiar with freestyle.
And by most people, we mean 3 people.
Footbag Net game.
Game played over a net is a spectacular display.
Oh, they left something off his title. Perfect.
The man everyone is trying to catch this year in the singles competition is Kenny Schultz.
I saw it on TV, and even
Not on the TV.
kicked one or tried it, I was hooked.
For making friends, training, or breaking records, get kicking.
Short shorts not included.
Kenny has participated at every.
Nothing lonely or sad about this.
Kenny was a world record holder. His name was found in Guinness Book of World Records.
Under most consecutive hours of life wasted.
Most of the tricks that are seen today.
This is where you get the biggest crowds,
We're talking WNBA-sized crowds.
and I'm usually a good big game performer, so
Yep, you and Poolhouse.
it'll go well.
Kenny's opponent is Montreal hometown favorite Sebastian Verde.
Of course, verde is a Spanish word that means not good enough for soccer.
Sebastian comes to this match keenly aware of an amazing fact.
There's a city called Rome on every continent.
The finals event in 12 years.
Yeah, kick it.
Jumps out to an early lead.
You've been footbag.
Kenny comes back to tie, and they go toe-to-toe to score points.
Fantastic.
With a great drop shot, Sebastian...
That was not a drop shot, nor was it particularly great. Oh, foot bang.
Then, in an incredibly...
Can we go with a wide shot here?
Kenny stays alive by muscling his way to a 15-10 victory.
Muscling? They're kicking a beanbag.
The first game, I hit a lot of bags out of bounds for no reason.
Why would you do that? No reason.
I hit a lot better in the second game. He served a lot out, frankly.
Footbag Ed Hockley with the call.
2 days, Kenny has been working incredibly hard, and the
Is he kidding? Yeah, I think he's doing a bit.
for all the marbles, and with a little encouragement from his wife...
Freeze it. Is his wife wearing footbag earrings after Labor Day? Tacky.
But slowly, Sebastian builds a small lead. And
Could
at
somebody
14-11,
dry
serves
this?
for the match.
Music courtesy of Los Lonely Boys. Oh my God, he footbagged Kenny. You.
Way to Sebastian Verde, the new king of singles footbag.
You got the single part right.
Beating Kenny is always...
Seth Green researching his role as a French footbagger.
World's the most time. I can't ask for a better place to win it. My family was there. It's the first
They did not know that I did this.
So it's a good first time, you know.
But just remember, no matter how good you get with a footbag, one fact is undeniable.
You're gonna die alone?
He always wins.
You know, watching that last footbag segment gave Jason and me a great idea for a movie. Here's the pitch. A young rebel of a teenager, we're thinking Kevin Bacon, moves from the big city to a small town. A town that's ruled by the puritanical preachings of a minister on a mission to ban all beanbag-related sports from the youth culture in his parish. And it takes a determined Kevin Bacon to set this town free again. Free to footbag anytime they want. And we call the movie Footloose. I think it's got a shot. More cheap seats after this. Games. But first, it's time to learn a little bit more about our unbelievable host, Dan Moriarty. And before you have time to say, I don't care, we're going to ask you, do you care?
Just the facts. Do you care?
Do you care that Dan Moriarty played a liquor store clerk in the James Woods movie, The Boost? Do you care that Dan Moriarty played a bartender in the Alyssa Milano movie, Little Sister? Do you care that Moriarty played a hockey player in the Rob Lowe movie, Class? And who could forget the legendary hockey scenes from the movie Class? They were unbelievable. Sports!
The Knights of the Round Table were renowned for their bravery and skill.
And these fake knights are renowned for their knowledge of comic books and message
The
boards.
same noble qualities with a real flair for the dramatic.
Oh, out-of-work actors, great. Peter Jackson's birthday party?
Hear ye, hear ye.
Please don't finish it. All right.
And Adenvelt send greetings unto the populace of the known
Bad baby.
and invite
Good
all
baby.
to join in the 7th annual Estrella War.
I'd rather see the Estrada Wars. Okay, that's 2 minutes for high sticking.
War is to be held, then Sir Gaston will surely be in the middle of it.
If he's done with his shift at Kinko's.
Greatest knights in the kingdom of Cade.
And one of the biggest nerds in the city of Scottsdale.
Honor of that kingdom against the dark forces of Adenvelt.
Dark forces. Does Bill Frist fight for Adenvelt?
Sir Gaston is the alter ego of Chris Gilman,
Which doesn't seem creepy at all.
one of the 40,000 members of the SCA, the Society for Creative Anachronisms.
Anachronism is something that's out of place, time-related.
Just like the Rolling
A
Stones.
group of people who...
Stop hitting me. Ow. Seriously, cut it out.
Knighthood is achieved by...
That hairstyle is certainly an anachronism.
But by your chivalry, your honor,
I didn't know Knights of the Round Table shopped at Pearl Vision Center.
crafts, dancing, singing.
In the rules
Ow,
of
stop
medieval
it.
combat,
Ow,
to make a
idiot.
kill, you must
Don't,
make a hit to the
Mom.
head. A strong hit
Ow,
to the arm
ow,
or legs
God.
results in a wound, and the knight then forfeits the use.
Oh,
of
it's
that
just a flesh
limb.
wound.
The knights fight for points, for their kingdom, and for the honor of their fair lady.
Whom they are each paying $200 an hour to be there. It's hard to believe that this whole thing started Because someone hit Sir Gaston with an inside pitch.
Deadly Sun, each man wearing armor that weighs at least 60 pounds.
So basically, it's Dungeons and Dragons, but with more cardio. I shall destroy you with this giant wiffle ball bat. Sadly, they have better armor than our troops in Iraq.
Cade cannot withstand the continuous blows handed out by Adenvelt, and so is forced to accept defeat.
If only they could accept the fact that Xena was canceled. What? There were no saxophones in medieval times. Now that's some creative anachronism.
Gaston and his men suffer their fate with dignity.
Sir David Sanborn on the sax.
What just happened out there?
You embarrassed yourself and your family?
The guy knocked me down in the bush and asked me to yield, and I said, no, I'm not gonna yield, you gotta kill me.
And then we laughed about that for a while, and then he killed me.
I figured, yeah, I'm dead.
Not funny.
Gaston prepares to return to his other self. The Chris Gilman in him knows that this weekend in the Arizona desert has forever enriched his life.
But the Sir Gaston in him knows that it's back to TV dinners in Battlestar Galactica.
Back in time to a simpler era, a time when the ideas of chivalry and honor were more than just words.
They were ideas. Okay, memo to the unbelievable sports people. Just because you add in some dramatic music, the medieval games still aren't Braveheart. You know, though, I can't believe how committed these guys are. How do they have the time? Well, it's interesting that you say that because I've called in a medieval knight reenactor. You can ask him yourself. Hello, Sir Aglavale.
Greetings, brothers of Sklar. Much gratitude for your having me here.
Tiseth our pleasure. Can I get you anything like a water or Red Bull?
Ah, no, my liege. For I have my own goblet of mead.
Wow. I've got to say, I'm actually really impressed with how committed you are to your character.
Ah, yes. It is the code of the knight to follow the oath that he has sworn to uphold. For there is nothing more... I beg your pardon. Hello? Yeah? All right, we'll just TiVo it. Okay, but don't erase License to Grill. I haven't watched it yet. But just go into Program Manager.
All right, why don't we just go to break,
Program
okay?
Manager.
Let's go to break.
Sweetie, we've gone through this. Program Manager. Why is this so difficult?
Hey, welcome back to Cheap Seats. We've got one more segment of unbelievable sports for you to watch, and you're not going to want to miss it.
Then we shall defend our honor. The battlefields of Corinth shall be stained crimson with the blood of the infidel.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sir Aglavale, I thought our interview was over. Do you want to share something else with the audience?
I'm on Bluetooth. I got a conference call with the other knights of the Round Table of Orkney. Yeah. Well then, who dareth besmirch the reputation of Lady Amadaya? Hey, do you guys have Wi-Fi? I need to book a flight.
No, we don't. Let's get back to more unbelievable sports.
Hold on, Steve. No.
Millions of people all over the world love to play hockey. So
Millions?
what happens if you want to play, but you can't skate? Well, here in Eugene, Oregon, we found a solution
to this non-existent problem.
The answer is a broom. Well, not this kind.
Actually, it wasn't that funny.
This may be a hockey rink.
It is.
These guys aren't playing hockey.
They're not?
A unique local sport called broomball.
Broomball is played on it.
Why are they interviewing Vinny Testaverde?
Tom Thaden is one of the best broomball players in America.
And one of the worst hockey players in his high school.
Shoes. You've got a ball that's the size of a size 2 soccer ball.
And a bunch of guys who are chock full of charisma. Like me.
Hanson Sports have come all the way from St. Paul, Minnesota to play here in Eugene, Oregon.
It's raining in Oregon? That's weird.
Ball challenge.
I hate this stupid bag.
8 of the most competitive teams in the country is here.
Some might call it the Elite 8. Others, the entire league.
They're good. A lot of speed, a lot of size.
And a lot of bristles in their brooms.
Best in the country.
You can't just go out there and say you're the best or have somebody say you're the best.
Of course you can. See Terrell Owens.
This day, it doesn't look like anyone is
weak. I can say better than that by hitting Control-S.
Rounds, winning their quarterfinal game against Team Oregon 16-zip.
But in Team Oregon's defense, they were using dustbusters. Good broom. Sweet broom. Way to broom. Nice broom. Good broom. Way to broom. Nice broom. Sweet broom.
Which Hanson Sports will face another highly regarded team from Minnesota.
These guys.
At the beginning of the second half, the play gets fast and furious and a lot more physical.
But still no skating. Take that, broom boy. Get him a dustpan.
The Flames try to catch fire, but Hanson ices them down.
Just when you think Moriarty is out of puns, bam, he hits you with a double shot. He's that wonderful.
In overtime, the team...
Oh, great. Overtime.
Instead of 5, and to make it even more exciting...
We've replaced the brooms with AK-47s.
Whoever is ahead when 5 minutes is up wins.
What would it mean to go back to Minnesota with this victory? This would be huge.
Broom ball Eruzione.
Cameras are here for them. Everything, the limelight's on them. For us to go back and win this would be the greatest.
Even greater than the time Gary Gaetti hit on my girlfriend at the Mall of America.
Eventually, they are assessed a 2-minute penalty for delay of game.
Every player on that ice should be assessed a penalty for delay of adulthood.
The Flames are in danger of being snuffed out.
How does Moriarty do it?
A slim opening appears, and number 99, Joey Landino,
the great one,
runs the ball down the side.
This reminds me of all those times Wayne Gretzky would run the ball down the side.
Shot, and unbelievably, it bounces in off the sliding Fred Clifford.
If this was in Columbia, that Hanson player would be dead by now. Brian Kenny's already working on this guy's You Can't Blame.
But number 77, Stuart Hanson, quickly evens the score.
Wait, it's not over?
2.5 minutes remain to play. Then a minute later, Ira Hackner takes a wild...
Ira Hackner, classic sports name.
Actually goes in. Hanson is up 3-2.
I think the crowd is just the University of Oregon JV hockey team waiting to practice.
The clock is down to 10 seconds.
Sweet, it's over.
Amazing diving shot. Joey Landino ties the score.
Do you believe in Landinos? Yes!
Sends the championship game into double overtime.
Double overtime.
3-3.
Yay.
Overtime. Forget about it. Now it's a 15-minute sudden death. First one is...
But here's the catch. Only one player from each team is on the ice, and they're both blindfolded.
Hanson makes another assault.
That's the last thing America needs, another Hanson assault.
Twice. There's a mad scramble after the ball. Joe Landino passes.
The great Landino.
Clear. He winds up, and it's all over.
They still can't skate, right? Right. Here's my question. If there's a sweep in a broomball series, as a fan, do you bring a broom? Nope, Swiffer. Wet? Is that even a question? No, but this is. Should we give out some cheapies? Cheapie for biggest foot bag? Who else? Moriarty. I mean, come on. What a foot bag and foot bagger. Foot bagging a right he is. Cheapie for best anachronistic group? I could go with the Society for Creative Anachronism, but I think I gotta go with the Hickey Chicks for setting the women's movement back in this country about 50 years. Well, that's our show.
Guys, I'm sorry. I feel like such a fraud.
Hey, come on, man. We know you're just a reenactor. We're fine with that.
What are you talking about? I'm Skyping with my peeps right now.
Are we in your shot?
Yeah.
Should we get out of your shot?
Yeah, get out. Come on. I'm sorry. Whoa. You guys are being rude, all right? Now get out. I'm Skyping with some people.